What's good, YouTube? It's the Phasian here, bringing you another deck profile and tournament report on my Inzektor deck. Now, I played in two big tournaments so far, and one was before the set release, and I ended up getting top two there, but I ended up losing in the finals to Tour Guide Plant. Now, I don't remember what I played against during that tournament because it was 2 weeks ago. But I went to another major tournament last Saturday, and there was about 50 people playing, maybe a little bit under, give or take. And I ended up losing in the top four, but I played some really good players, played some really good decks. And this is the tournament that Courtney Waller goes to, so a lot of the people there are pretty advanced and everything. And I ended up doing better than him. But anyways, what I played against during that tournament last Saturday was I played against Chaos round one. A little bit different than Courtney's deck, but it's kind of similar on the variations, like some of the attack choices that Courtney plays, but still different. And I ended up 2-0ing that guy, and he had tour guides. Every deck had tour guides in it besides one deck, which was the next deck, which was zombie plants. And he was a pretty good player too. Always have a hard time beating him, and we're always a pretty good match when we play each other. But I ended up 2-1 against the zombie plant player, and that was round two. And then in round three, I beat Tour Guide Plant, and I ended up 2-1 in him. And then after that, I played Rabbit Dino, and I was like, oh, fuck, Rabbit Dino. Because it was the same build that won the last YCS in England. But I ended up 2-0ing him, surprisingly. And I hadn't won a dice roll all day. I only won against the Tour Guide Plant. But the Rabbit Dino ended up knowing what I was playing because I was stomping a lot of people with certain Inzektor combos during the tournament. So he saw what I was playing, and a lot of people watched because it's a new deck archetype. And so first turn, he summons he summons Rabbit, pitches, gets 2 dinos, and then it's like, and he ends up getting Dolka. I'm like, crap, Dolka. Because Dolka really hurts Inzektors, if you hadn't noticed, if any of you guys have played against it. But then he sets 2 background. I'm like, shit. I draw into Heavy Storm, and I'm like, sweet, because I had Dark Hole in hand. So I Heavy Stormed him, got rid of an MST and a Book of Moon, and then Dark Hole his Dolka, and then just went off with Tour Guide, and then made a Zen Mains. But I ended up 2-0ing him. Game 2, he decided to debunk. And I feel bad because he tried to debunk my Hornet. I'm like, doesn't work. And then he brought out a Dimensional Fissure. I'm like, doesn't work. And so after that tournament, he's like, I'm building Inzektors now. And I'm like, okay. But anyways, then went to top 8. Since there were so many people, a lot of people didn't make it in, especially a lot of 3-1s, which was surprising. But I was undefeated, and the Tour Guide Plant player ended up making it in, which I beat already. And then the Rabbit Dino did not, so I was kind of relieved. So top 8, I was facing this Tour Guide Plant, and then everyone was trolling on me and telling how this Tour Guide Plant player how to play his deck. And I was like, guys, just let the man play. And Courtney Waller was saying, oh, you misplayed, Ryan, you misplayed. And I'm like, shut up. But anyways, I ended up winning 2-1, barely by the skin of my teeth. Because game 3, he made a crucial misplay that ended up ultimately making him lose. But I was so happy to win in the top 8 because that was a tough matchup. And then top 4, I had to play another Tour Guide Plant. And this guy was a little bit better of a duelist, and he just got lucky. He sacked the shit out of me, especially in game 3. He had double effect Veiler. And then as soon as I got an advantage, it was pretty low on life. And I had pretty low life to his low life. And basically I was about to win next turn. He top decks BLS, brings it out, attacks both my Inzektors for a game, and I'm like, man, fuck this game. But anyways, to get down to the deck profile, it's still pretty good, still work in progress. I'm going to be changing up some more, but for the meantime, I'll show you guys what I was playing, and it was a little bit different from my last build. But first off, of course, you run the 3 Dragonfly, the 3 Centipedes, and then I got a 3rd Hornet, which I was happy about. Got it right before the tournament, and then 1 Gigamantis. So that's it for the Inzektor build. Next, we bring out the Tour Guide engine with 3 Tour Guides and a Sangin. Next, we have our hand traps, 3 Max Cs, 2 Effect Veilers, and then 1 Gores as a boss hand trap. And then our last boss monster is Dark Arm Dragon. Now, I didn't draw a Dark Arm Dragon at all during the tournament. Could have put in some use, but I don't know how he works yet because I still haven't drawn him. Now, that was 21 monsters. That's due to change some. I'll let you guys know when it does change. But next, we got our spells. 3 Pot of Dualities and our Allure of Darkness for our draw engine. Then our Destruction engine, 2 MSTs, a Heavy Storm, a Dark Hole. And at first, a lot of people will say Dark Hole is not stable in the engine, but when this comes out, especially against Dino Rabbit, it's just busted. So I prefer to keep it in for the Dino Rabbit matchup and certain pushes that people like to pull off. But then I played Book of Moon, Monster Reborn, and Foolish Burial, all staples. And that's 11 spells. Next, we have our trap lineup. And, of course, we have our 2 Solemn Warnings, and then our Solemn Judgment for the Solemn Brigade. Next, we have our Bottomless. I'm going to change into a Fiendish Chain once I get. Then we got our Torrential Tribute, our Trap Dushu, which might be taken out because I didn't like it that much. And then we have our Call of the Haunted, and that's it for the trap lineup, which is 8. Then we got our Exceed deck. We got our 4 tokens here. We got our Hypnon Lee, Hypnon Champ, Mac Champ, and then Hypnon Top. All the sweet-ass tokens. But anyways, to our Exceed deck, we got our 1 Chimera Tech Fortress, because we play Cyber Dragons in the extra deck, our side deck. Armory Arm, Allied Justice Catastor, Brionac, Black Rose, Stardust Dragon, Scrap Dragon, and Trishula for our synchros. And then for our XYZ monsters, we got Wind Up Zen mains, because I only have 1 and I'd like to get 2. Giga Brilliant, might want to bump that up to 2. Utopia, never played. 2 Leviaire, actually came in handy, especially when they removed my Hornet. And I was like, oh, bring out my Hornet. And 2 Leviathan, because it's a beat stick. But that's it for the extra deck and main deck. And if you guys like or have suggestions, leave comments below. And I'm going to be tweaking this deck even more. Still debating on what to main. And this deck runs so much better than it does on DN. Like, DN has horrible draws. But I'm going to leave a link of my other deck right here on the video, because it was completely different. And I actually like that deck a lot. I might kind of go back to that variation, but we'll see. But that's it, guys. If you have any questions or comments, just please leave comments below, and I'll reply as soon as possible. But other than that, take care, guys. Bye.